let's get right into it. But first, we have to introduce something. I'm freaking angry. I am angry about She-Hulk for a number of reasons. I'm so freaking angry. We needed to introduce a new video. A freaking IKEA chair. Okay. Here's why I'm pissed. Wait, let's one more time for people in the chat. A freaking IKEA chair. Okay, so She-Hulk. Alan and I initially got to see the first 4 episodes of She-Hulk, nearly almost the whole season, right? Because it's only 9 episodes. We got to see it early. And my impression of it was, this has potential. We have a flawed female character. Well, that's something that seems kind of new, at least to the recent Marvel universe, in particular the Disney Plus shows. And previous to She-Hulk, every single Disney Plus show had disappointed me. Every single one is bad. Couldn't stick the landing, was terrible. And this show, I thought, well, they're doing something different. Number one, She-Hulk is not a bait and switch. Excuse me. She-Hulk is about She-Hulk. Okay? So, interesting. She-Hulk is based on, at least I thought, a known and trusted classic genre. Don't feature me, Alan.
Well, I feel like you're going to be talking for a while. So
okay, it's a trusted genre of television, right? It's feminism in the way that Mary Tyler Moore is feminist. She has an awful boss. She has insufferable coworkers. Some coworkers she likes, some she doesn't. It's a workplace drama, a little bit of Ally McBeal thrown in, a little Boston legal. It's a legal comedy. And I thought, having seen the first 4 episodes, of which the 4th episode was the episode that kind of lost me, I was like, well, one episode I really thought was terrible out of the first 4. It's like, all right, well, I'm willing to forgive the things that I see, and I like the show. I never said I love the show. I said I liked it, and I want to see where it goes. In particular, I love Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky, Annihilation, because I actually had the old Hulk comics in the 70s where he fought Annihilation. And the fact that they did, at least for Shang-Chi and for the She-Hulk show, they did a comic book accurate Annihilation. Okay. I thought that was great. I love that. And I thought that they were going to be bringing in some, taking the Marvel universe seriously, what would be some legal aspects of the show. And they turned it into a fucking joke. And the first signs were, to me, because I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. And real quick aside, when I was reviewing television, when I was on G4 TV's Attack of the Show, and I did DVD Tuesday, and I would review box sets of TV shows. Now, normally when I did that, I would have seen all of the episodes. If it was a season of Lost or Game of Thrones, I would have seen all of the shows before, all of the episodes for a season. Then I would get the DVD and pretty much just watch all the extras and listen to the commentary and, hey, recommend it or not recommend it. But with She-Hulk, hey, here's a little bit of it. The 4th episode, when the guy is laying on the couch reading The Feminist Way, this kind of fake, I don't know. I assume it's a fake book. Maybe it's a real book. I don't know. Never read it, never heard of it. As soon as I say, oh, okay, that's a little on the nose. And now I've seen, so the last 3 episodes have been, in my opinion, hot garbage. That has made me completely shift, because look, I am a hopeful person. You know me to be neither rash nor impulsive. Okay. I generally don't do the rage hate reviews, even when it's deserved. And at this point, it's just deserved. These last 3 episodes have been horrible. All the stuff with Titania. And then the thing that, like, this most recent episode, is there a new episode today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
The latest episode with Mr. Immortal, where She-Hulk's not even in the office and she has her 2 coworkers basically berate this guy. Like, who the hell is this show for? It definitely is. Look, here's the way I look at it is, if the situation were reversed and it was a woman coming in to get divorced and it was Ms. Immortal and the situation were flipped, the female character would not be treated that way. This is a show that hates men very openly. And I'm okay with a character being flawed if there is growth, and we have seen none of that. None of it. Zero. But I always look at that and I'm like, okay, if this were reversed, yeah, that sucks. It would suck if that was reversed. If it was Ms. Immortal instead of Mr. Immortal. So yeah, the last episode I just found offensive. And it's the kind of, here's the weird thing is because I live in Los Angeles and a lot of people are saying that like the show, Gary Beekler from Neurotic says, the show, it's all written by wine moms to a point, but it's a very specific kind of, I don't even think they're wine moms. If they were moms, they might have learned some empathy. The women writing this show are not moms for sure. They're all single with cracked iPhone screens, which is always, to me, a cracked iPhone screen. If you see a girl who has a cracked iPhone screen and then she doesn't get it immediately fixed, red flag for you. But I absolutely hated the last 3 episodes. And the first 3, I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. Look, I'm the guy that hated Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, hated that movie. I thought, well, The Last Jedi was interesting. I thought, okay, they're going to wrap it up. This was me being naive. Forgive me here. Thinking the 3rd movie is going to be, there's a reason that all of this has occurred. The 3rd Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker, which I falsely thought the Skywalker in The Rise of Skywalker was Luke Skywalker. He was going to rise almost in a Christ-like sense, having gone to the other side of the Force and returned to kick some freaking ass, meaning they would save the best stuff for last. And they didn't do that. So yes, there have been 9 Disney Plus Marvel series, and not one of them is good. Not a single one. They've all shit the bed in the end. They're garbage. And I'm now offended because I don't know who these shows are for. I like, is She-Hulk even for women? Like, it's certainly for a very specific type of woman who is single and angry. And there are a lot of women like that in Los Angeles. I've met them. Trust me. That is a type. Okay. And so I have to say my initial optimism about what the show could have been completely dashed. And I cannot stand it. And that's, oh, God. A freaking IKEA chair. Alan, what are your thoughts on She-Hulk now that we've seen more of the show play out?
Yeah, you ask who is the show for? It's easy. It's for the feminist woman from LA. It's written by a room full of feminist women who probably sit around and talk about what the problem with men are. And now they have a show where they express it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm okay with watching a show like that. I don't think I've gotten to the point where I hate this show to where I'm going to stop watching it. I'm kind of interested to see where it's going, but the cracks are showing. I think the biggest problem the show has taken so far is that the legal cases she is taking has very little weight to it. It's very, it's not even the weight of like the practice, LA Law, Boston Legal. It's a couple rungs down, and I'm really disappointed with that. If you're going to do a law show about superheroes, I want a little more weight to these things, and it's more like divorce court but with superheroes. I think my biggest disappointment with the show is that it had the potential of being really good. It wasn't gonna be great, but it had the potential of being a really good sitcom legal show, and it's just it feels like it's just kind of a men bad bitch session, so to speak. But again, I'm okay with that, and I'll this is where everyone turns on me, but I'm okay. I'm I'm probably going to go and see it to the end and see what happens. And
I don't know if I don't know if I really care anymore. So I'm also like, I'm not the kind of person that likes to hate watch a show.
Yeah.
Like I don't like Rings of Power. I don't care. I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I would rather watch some independent film. Okay.
But let me
Same
just
thing with
say
She-Hulk. It's a waste of time. By the way, I got it wrong. It's excuse me. It's Abomination. Why the
Abomination?
I'm so mad.
You're getting murdered.
Violation, Abomination. The fuck.
Yeah. Okay, so in terms of sitcom level comedy, it's definitely up there with, you know, the TGIF comedies. You know, Family Matters, Full House. You know, I'm just so disappointed that that's the level of writing that this comedy show is getting. And you know, there are comic writers out there who could punch up this show so much better than it is. And they're out there, and with the money that they're spending on these things, they certainly could have, you know, shelled out a less than $50,000 to hire a few people who know how to write comedy.